speaking of people who have top tiers and pocket top tiers, Timmy. Now, Timmy is not a player that I'm very familiar with, but from everybody that I've talked to, he does tend to play a lot of the top tiers and counterpick based on the matchup that he has to fight. So right now we are seeing him choose Superman. Relatively common counterpick, especially for zoners such as Deadshot, who we're seeing from M2S Blackout.
Yeah, and Timmy said, I have no creativity, and didn't want to come up with something that would be cliche or over the top.
Right, which is why he named himself just
Timmy.
Very, very simple. Now, Blackout is a player, this is one of the Washington players, I believe. And one thing that we might see, and I really do hope we see, is Blackout has been working on Red Hood. Now, this is the first week that we are actually able to see a legal Red Hood pick in Hometown Heroes.
Yes, it was. He wasn't a legal pick, so you would be arrested for trying to showcase him. But now he is playable, and he will be playable in Evo as well.
That is true. Coming up real quick. So excited for Evo.
As am I. I'm also really excited that obviously everything is on PS4. It's the console of choice, if you will.
It is. And Hometown Heroes, of course, along with the IPS, presented.
Yeah, we're all on PS4.
Oh, that is a nice bait on that throw. And Timmy's going to do a ton of damage right here. That was a little bit of a late clash, I think, but I guess it was the only time he could after Timmy had already spent the meter.
And honestly, there hasn't been too much zoning for Blackout. Timmy's just been able to get in and stay in his face, pushing him to the corner. That actually was a whiff punish opportunity that was missed.
I think that was extremely hard to see. That really looked like the second hit of that knee was supposed to hit, but
it did
just an inch out of it.
I don't even blame Timmy for not landing that whiff punish. That was really weird. Because usually at least the knee or the second hit from the knee happens, but it did not there.
This is the scariest place in the entire world of Injustice. The corner against Superman. That should be death. No, could have got a little bit of reset. Oh!
Dive bomb.
And Timmy with the very solid Superman play.
Trying to hit him almost. Trying to say Timmy and almost kill myself.
Timmy.
Timmy.
Now Timmy, again, I really am not too familiar with this player.
I am not.
Definitely looks really solid though.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Playing that Superman.
Yeah, making their way into this top 8 means that
making
you are
way
solid.
downtown.
That's not the first
walking
time.
fast to that top 8, you know?
Yeah, directly there, floating fast, I guess. It is a Superman, but he's got a good walk speed, float speed.
All right, float speed, making it or floating his way downtown. There we go.
Floating it, yeah, there we go. Now Blackout, he did lose to Shijinki Dink earlier in the bracket. He wants his run back. He does not want to lose here. He wants to make his way all the way back up.
That's impressive, considering that Shijinki Dink is playing fair and honest Firestorm.
That is true. Just completely fair and honest, and honorable.
Honorable. And there we see, speaking of honorable, those blue bullets, they will knock you down and knock you back.
Ooh, nice conversion.
That was weird because the first few bullets were blue and then the other ones weren't.
Right.
But it's like he kind of like stopped midair.
And that was actually a really smart conversion. One thing that we're seeing from Blackout that you really don't see from, oh no, the laser! That you really don't see from any Deadshots is forward 1, 2, 3 as a zoning tool. Oh my gosh, look at this damage! Into the reset! This could be death! No, okay, he doesn't use the second bar, and instead just wants to get that reset. And look at how quickly he evened it up!
Forward 3!
And that is why we say the scariest place in the world of Injustice is the corner against
Being in the corner against other characters is obviously not a situation you want to be in. There's no doubt about it. But for reasons that we just saw, Superman specifically, it sucks.
Oh, absolutely. Especially character. Well, I mean, it's not that Deadshot doesn't have the tools to actually poke out of that situation, but
it's just so scary because if you press a button at the wrong time, you're dead.
Yeah, and then it's just GG from there. He can start using that life advantage. He can run away. GG, no.
Tired of getting shot.
It tickles.
It tickles. He is faster than a speeding bullet. That's what they say. But not faster than a speeding. Oh wow, that string went backwards. That was almost death. Especially now that Blackout's used his clash. This is a terrifying situation. Nice.
Oh, this could actually be very good now for Blackout. Nice block, gets the pun. Oh no!
Could have got so much more damage off of that. Could get huge damage from this too, but no full conversions is gonna land this. Good usage of flash. That could have been dead.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think Timmy spends 4 bars here.
3, that's a solid choice.
Yeah.
It's a solid choice. So that's just gonna just about even it up and give him a bar if he does want to convert. But Blackout saving all of his meter for zoning. Oh, and this should be a lot of damage. He's gonna use meter. He does. Along with the fire, that was a lot of damage, and now Blackout's gonna have to find a way to get back in without getting chipped to death.
Oh,
that's a start.
That's a start. Yeah, be careful. What a shot.
And that might have actually been beneficial to actually just take that breath, that down 1 breath, because that ended up knocking him back to full screen, which is the exact spacing that he wanted.
That's where he wanted to be. That's where he could, you know, clock in for work, and that's what worked.
Easiest paycheck ever.
Yeah, right? No, I mean, he played well, though. There was a lot of really good reads with the bounce shots, and he was able to keep his cool when he was under pressure because, you know, Superman can be pretty smothering, and he did a generally good job of just staying defensive and then getting out of the bad situations up close with Superman.
Very true, and one of the biggest things about Deadshot is he has a very, very strong zoning game. And we did see a lot of people talking about how strong the zoning game was earlier on in the game's life. Now, he still has a really strong zoning game, but people have found that there are answers. And one of those answers, whoa, what a beautiful cross-up!
That was awesome.
Timmy's setups with the OTG dive bombs have been beautiful. All right, but like I was saying, it's a lot of characters like Superman that have the mobility to get around the zoning. You have to really change up your zoning playstyle, and a lot of that is going to be learning how your opponent likes to move. That's why we saw him adapt and really learn when to use those angled shots to catch him out of the air. But right now, it's not going to matter, as that Superman corner game is the end-all of end.
It's so strong.
I think that's like really an understatement.
Yeah.
It's so strong. Like, that is the minimum that you could talk about it. Wow, nice usage of the forward advancing sweep to get under the projectile.
Also, good dash to go back and punish the whiff string. Now Superman, Timmy is just holding such a giant life lead over Blackout in this 3rd game.
And I want to mention that. Oh, wow. Good. You know, not a terrible trade. Not a terrible trade for Blackout.
Could have been worse.
But that is a very terrible trade.
Yeah, that was not the ideal trade. Neither is that.
Oh, no.
And a Superman punch to end it. His trademark move, if you will.
Well, he becomes the projectile because, like we said, he's faster than a speeding bullet.
Right. That is something to also note for this set between these 2 players, Evan, is the fact that Blackout has gotten hit by a lot of meter burn laser. Yeah,
that is a very strong move. A lot of times you really want to move after the laser, or you're still holding down because you're expecting the straight laser to come out and you really want to duck that, and you just accidentally get hit by the meter burn portion of that laser, which just does insane damage. And you know, speaking of lasers, there's one little thing that I've been seeing a lot from Timmy that Blackout I don't think is taking advantage of. So you can actually do forward 2-3 into laser, sweeping laser, then meter burn it, and it's plus. It's actually a way to be plus. But only from point blank, you can actually interrupt after you block the laser before he can meter burn it. So he could be 6 frame punishing it every single time for free. But not a lot of people have labbed that because not a lot of Supermans actually use that tech. Whoa, nice follow-up. Just kind of clipped the ground.
Nice
it was really close to the
these
ground.
matches are honestly going so back and forth when now Blackout with an almost full life bar taking down Timmy's first.
Ooh, nice. Again, those angle shots. I think Blackout has been using angle shots better than most of the dead shots that I've seen.
I would be very hard-pressed to disagree with you there.
But one thing that I think would be a really good tool against his air mobility that he's not using too much are his own air shots.
True.
Oh, no. But here, this is how it all begins. What's the mix-up? Just 4-2-3 breaths.
Yep, no trait available yet. It's still charging, but now Blackout, good position, trying to bait something out.
I like that air dash over. It's going to give him the screen positioning.
Nice walk under and just a block. Good patience by Blackout. As soon as I say good patience, he gets tagged. I'm the worst.
And he actually got tagged after a very unsafe move. Dash punch is always unsafe, no matter the spacing. Unless he meter burns it. So he may have been respecting the meter burn, but still. Oh, and there we go. That was one of the situations where, had he not actually tried to jump right there, he would have been able to punish.
Oh, wake up. It's the up grab, gets caught down and put down by the knee, and there it is, 2-2 for Blackout.
And these have been very, very back and forth. I think the real decision maker here is how much Deadshot gets put in the corner. Because when he's in that corner, ooh boy, it is rough.
Ooh boy.
Ooh boy.
Yeah, it's undesirable. We'll go with that.
The term you tend to use every week is unsavory. And
it's not delicious when you're in the corner.
It's not delicious. He is serving up some
beatdowns.
Some beatdowns, yes. Some spicy eye lasers and some
delicious knuckle sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about delicious. Delicious for him, maybe. Oh, no, that is a big start. No meter, though. Ends in the scoop. Scoop is a very strange ender still to me.
That's still 300 damage, though, and quite a bit of corner carry.
It is. Takes him all the way to the corner, which, like we just said, that's a really big kind of decision maker as to who wins these matches.
Again, getting checked by the back one. Timmy has blocked quite a few, though, and we haven't seen Blackout go for too many back one staggers. So I think it's safe to say that Timmy should just block overhead after it and just wait for the second hit, because honestly, we really haven't seen Blackout stagger at all.
That is true. He really just goes for it, commits to it, wants to get all the damage off of it that he can. He rather than using it as a mix-up, he's really using it as his footsie tool, which is another absolutely viable way to use back 1-2.
It has many uses. Meter burn roll, and I do like the fact that Blackout is not shy to burn his meter burn roll out of the corner. That is a mark of a player that's really trying to utilize all of the systems in Injustice 2.
Yeah, very, very smart, especially for Deadshot. Especially for Deadshot against Superman. And look how much damage he's taken just by bringing this game back to the mid-screen. Oh, and wow, meter burn rolling back to mid-screen again. Wasn't even in the... What? What's that read? That was completely above him. Have you ever seen a point-blank ricochet shot hit?
No, not like that.
Well, it was exactly what he needed. Again, look at this. So much damage just because he took it back to mid-screen.
Oh, and that's it. Blackout comes back.
And Timmy not even using his breaker at the end of that game. So that means, you know, that was real back and forth.
Yeah, no, it was.
It wasn't even like, oh yeah, they were close every time. It was like one and then the other and then the other and then the other. And it was a very scary match really for both players, but it all came down to who got to play the game that they wanted to play the most. And it ended up being Blackout in the third game, a lot because of the meter burn rolls. Yeah. No, sometimes you just don't get to play. I mean, sometimes the entirety of your game is, you know, getting hit twice in that corner by Superman. Sometimes you just can't get in on the expert ricochet zoning that we're seeing from Blackout.
And other times you just have to accept your fate.
Your Dr. Fate?
Your Dr. Fate.
We actually don't have any Dr. Fates this week.
We do not.
But that is the first set of matches that we had for tonight.